Hello everybody, I'm Nancy Naram. Welcome to this edition of Global Women Achievers 2021. Bhabiji Ghar Par Hain, Jijaji Chhat Par Hain, FIR, may I come in, madam? Do you know what is common to all of that? Well, let me introduce to you Miss Binaifer Kolhi, partner EDIT-2. Hello ma'am, welcome to the show.
Hi Nancy, how are you? Thank you for having me on the show.
I have come with all my lines ready, and I'm hoping that I'd be selected for some of your roles. I have grown up watching every one of your iconic shows, starting from Family Number One to FIR, Chandramukhi Chautala, the iconic character, to Laddu Ke Bhaiya, to whatnot. I'm such a huge fan. So this is my true fan moment, ma'am. So tell me, how did your journey start?
So my journey started when I was just out of school. I was modeling, and then I became a choreographer, and I was one of the topmost choreographers in the country, doing Bombay dyeing and international wool, which is every single woolen company, Oswal, Monte Carlo, everything. And I have had quite a few of the Miss Indias and the leading models who started with me. I taught them how to walk. And most of my friends have also been top designers and choreographers, like a Hemant Trivedi or an Anna Bredmeyer or say a Vikram Fadnis or a Lascelles Simons, and a lot of them. And then I met my husband, who was India's number one model at that time. His name is Sanjay Kohli, and together we started this company called EDIT-2, and we used to do a whole lot of fashion shows. And we started an advertising company where we made a lot of ad films and things like that. Then we did the launch event of Zee TV, which was really big. It had 17,000 people at Kohli Stadium. The first big event. We had two fashion shows, one by Bombay dyeing, one by Mafat Lal. Then we had Shamak Davar. It was a huge 3-hour event for the launch of Zee TV. And after that, we got into making serials. And then we got so busy with that we just never used to get into advertising, and we just continued films.
So from being in front of the camera to being behind it, I mean, which part did you like more? I mean, people don't want to
behind.
People don't want to leave that glamour and that, getting that eyeballs. There are very few people who switch to behind. So
all that glitters is not gold.
Yeah,
and behind the camera is much more creativity, though of course the actors do a great job, not to take away from them. But for me, I always believe that the writer is the hero who creates the script. A good character is easier to pull forward by a good actor. A bad script, even the best actors cannot pull it off. You've seen it everywhere, in movies or in serials or wherever. So we started making television serials, and we made Family Number One, one of the first serials to get into the international awards. And it's one of the 5 best shows in television history till today.
Yes.
And then we did a whole lot of shows. We did a movie for Star and we produced it. It was done in Punjab. And we had a great director, award winning, and we had great actors. But our forte is comedy. And my husband, Sanjay Kohli, is also known as the king of comedy because he and his team turn out the best comedies in the country to date. And all their shows are very iconic with iconic characters. Like May I Come In, Madam? The madam is iconic. Now she's entered Bhabiji Ghar Par Hain as the second Bhabhi. And then we had Chandramukhi Chautala in FIR. Bhabiji herself, Sahi Pakda Hai, is an iconic character.
I know.
So, I only do contracts and dealing with the actors. The creative part is handled by my husband and his team, my director, my writers. In fact, we have a very old team. My cameraman started with us 26 years ago when Zee TV started. My director has done his first work until date, Touchwood, with us. My writer started with us. Most of the actors are 15, 18 years old with us. So ours is my spot boys life. So ours is more like a family unit.
And I think that's what shows. It comes out, the end product comes out so well that it shows that it's like a team effort and everything is in synchronization. So ma'am, across the serials you've made, women have always been given a very strong character. So is that a deliberate attempt to showcase women in a particular way? So, or like Chandramukhi Chautala, she's one of the most iconic, characters we've had on TV. The badass cop, and or whether you talk about the demure Bhabiji, or so I see women are given a lot of importance in that show and have a very well-defined character. So, what do you have to say about that?
So, television is a medium where the woman is the hero. Like when I would get in all the heroes for FIR, I would say, the woman is the hero, then later you should not complain. Television, if you see, basically is a medium where women are the hero. Films is where the men lead as heroes. Most of the television serial, whether it's Anupama, Gopi Bahu, This Bahu, Zara, which we made, is more women-centric. Of course, in comedy, it was usually the men that were leading in comedy, if you've always seen comedies.
Absolutely.
But we've created women which are iconic characters. And this was an intentional shift. Women can do it. Look at Bharti, Chandramukhi Chautala, Bhabiji, Madam. The women can carry it off with equal elan in any field. So we have created iconic women characters also besides the men characters.
Yeah, and it's not that they're if they're doing a comic role, they're made to be caricatures. No, they're women who are looking gorgeous, they're looking attractive, yet they have that sense of humor. So they're not made into caricatures who are meant to be looked and laughed at. So it's about how intelligently wit and humor has been woven into the story while giving a strong character to the woman, right?
And we also make sure that however attractive the woman, we don't make them wear revealing clothes ever.
Absolutely.
Ever. Even in Bhabiji, it's like two men who are like boys infatuated with the other side. But even if they get the chance and the Bhabiji fails, he never picks her up. He doesn't touch her.
Yes.
It's all very clean humor.
Absolutely.
As in, of course, there may be certain things which are a little wicked meaning or whatever, but it's never dirty. It's never looking at. It's never wearing low cleavage clothes or looking at someone or things like that. No.
Deliberately, trying to, attract eyeballs and using that as a medium to.
Then you're script lack. That's why you need to do all that. You don't need to do all that. We are selling a comedy. We've promised a comedy, and we're making you laugh.
So, ma'am, of all the series, shows you've produced, which has been your favorite female character till date? Not the actor per se, maybe the character.
I think all of the, for me, even the serials which you haven't named are like my babies. I get up in the morning and we think, even Sanjay, my husband, we think, कि आज बेबी को कौन सा कैप पहनाए, कौन सा शैम्पू लाए, कौन से सॉक्स पहनाए. Even if a serial doesn't work and it shuts, I cry equally when the serial is shutting. My technicians are out of work. It's very difficult to get a serial on air. And my team is actually like my family, whether it's my spot boy, lightman, anyone. Each one of them has my number and each one of them is very dear to me. And my creations, it's like a painting. If somebody drops something over your painting or it's destroyed, so when a serial shuts down, it's painful. You've created it. So for me, it's a work of art which we have created.
So, ma'am, production has always been considered as a man's ball game, like their forte. And, it's as sad as it is, men don't like sort of taking orders from women. So how easy or difficult was it for you to create that aura behind the set where people listened to what you had to say and, were in awe of, or, knew that they had to sort of listen?
So my husband is very sweet. He never can say no like his mom. They're both very sweet. He never can say no. But I, being a woman, you're right. In any field, men don't like taking orders from women at all. So when I was younger, it was even more difficult. And I'm a Parsi, so I'm very disciplined. For a 9 o'clock appointment, I'll be there at 8:30. I'm very, very, very disciplined. So for people to take orders, and I am a producer who believes that production is not only about producing money for a thing. एक अच्छा set बना दिया, अच्छे कपड़े पे. Production is about creating the right vibes to work in. We have to understand that some of our heroines have children back home. They have to get back home in time. We cannot overwork them. We cannot, look at my Shubhangi. She has a daughter who's now giving an exam. She comes on the set, works. we also have to consider, I have a Himani who's 60 plus. Himani Shivpuri is an iconic character, actress in her own self.
Absolutely.
So I'm so happy to have her. It's a given. Himani is also one of my oldest friends in the industry because she did a serial many years ago with us, almost 20 years ago. So I mean, it's about creating the right vibes. Otherwise, what is so great that we are doing? It's just that the whole vibes of the set, it's like a family. Kha rahe, pee rahe, khel rahe. We had put badminton on the sets. We had put carom. Yeah, because if they're not giving their shot, then where's the harm? They can play Ludo. I have so many kids. We've done a lot of kid-centric serials. Ye hai mere apne, which was like number 2 in spite of Kaun Banega Crorepati. Then we did family number 1. We've done this Happu Ki Ultan Paltan is totally kid-centric.
Kids.
So everybody, but again, I have a very, very bad reputation for being strict, and it's this bad reputation. Whatever anybody says is totally true.
How sweet.
Because I feel if 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, the lead comes late on the set, then XYZ, who's very disciplined, has to go for his sister's engagement, has a doctor's appointment, which he's already told me, has to go home to his children on time because his scenes are over.
And it's not fair on all of them. So yes.
You also come on time. Instead of coming 2 hours late, you also come on time and go on time.
Go on time.
Just because
absolutely.
You're taking that 2 hours before without telling. Everybody else is working 2 hours beyond that time.
I think like any other job, there has to be that structure and there has to be that seriousness. And, of course, I think it's good to be a little strict.
I'm very strict. I'm very strict where the health is concerned. Even in COVID, I'm like one spy. I will see on the cameras, I will take a screenshot, then I will send it. I say, why are they not wearing masks? Why are they putting their shoulders and showing the video? Because I don't want them to fall ill. Also, yeah, I'm very, very strict about my technicians. As in, for me, my technicians are like God in that place. My director is like, if anybody misbehaves, then I don't know what happens to me, but I will do one tandav. Because even when I go on the set, and if they are rehearsing for something or something, I will stand outside and I will ask, Sir, मैं जरा आ जाऊं? Sir, if you're taking the shot, I will talk to them out. I don't walk in and say, hi, Himani ji, how are you? Come here, I want to talk to you. No. I will ask my director.
Maintaining that decorum, and you expect others to do that.
No, it's not maintaining the decorum. It's my upbringing is like that. To respect the elders of the industry. If you see all the elders, before they go on the stage also to take the award, they will touch the floor. And I get up every day morning and the minute I get up from the bed, I touch the floor in the direction of the sunrise. So that's my upbringing, to respect people who are doing. And for me, my technicians, whether it's a lightman or a spot boy, these awards which you see behind me are not mine. If my lightman will not put on the light on time, how will I shoot? If my spot boy doesn't feed us lunch in the afternoon properly, how will we work properly? So if they are fighting among themselves, if they are unhappy, the whole atmosphere changes. Everybody has to be happy. Like right from the beginning, we would order the same food when this rule was not there. Whether it's the lightman and the spot boy or whether it's the actor. If an extra dish comes, then it comes for all. Because all work equally hard, only the remuneration is different. They all have 2 eyes, 2 ears, 1 nose, everybody is equal. I think what is so special about me that is not about them?
And this is what we need to have, not just in this industry, but I think in every work environment where both men and women, they face a lot of bias in terms of what rung of the ladder they are on. So I think this is a very wonderful takeaway for everybody who's, in a leadership role, that how you need to be sensitive and equal towards everybody.
But let me tell you one thing. I'm on the producer chat and I see most producers, 99%, are very kind and nice people. I'm on the joint dispute committee meeting also, and I see how everybody is holding hands. During COVID time especially, there were producers going to all producers' sets and throwing food for the dogs which were there. See, when the dogs and cats are there, when we are shooting, they get the food. But when we are not there, how they'll get? So they would go in COVID times and feed them and come. There was this Preeti Simos and Jaya, who's an actress, Bhattacharya. They would go and do this. Then I've seen how actors, technicians produce. Without holding hands, you cannot. It's team effort. If I say I did it and this is my award, it's not true at all. Whether I can give it to you in writing that even if the days when there's water filled till here, my lights will come on at 9 o'clock in a 9 o'clock shift. That's the confidence I have in my technicians. My technicians live in my heart.
So you and your husband have worked for the longest time ever, back since your modeling days. So, how easy or again difficult it is when both partners are working together? Do you ever face any ego hassles, or do you feel it's his word over mine, or did you have your abhiman moments where you felt that maybe he's taking the limelight, or maybe the other way? So did any of that happen?
In our case, it didn't happen, but it's very likely to happen. I'll tell you why. Because I'm extremely strong and he's extremely strong as a creative person. Our work is divided. He doesn't understand the legal part, so he doesn't handle the contracts. He doesn't know how to say no, so he will say yes for everything. So that part is given to me to say no.
Okay.
Whether it's my dealings with the actors, whether it's their timing, whether it's the contracts with the channel, his part is creative. But if ever he tells me, no, I think we need to do it this way, even in my thing, I'd always decided that there will be one boss. When there are two bosses, then there are clashes. Absolutely. Now, he has a right to make a mistake in his department. I will never say, I told you so. I could have also made that mistake. So everybody has a right to make a mistake. My director has a right to make, the actor has a right to make. I make 10 in a day. So what if anybody makes 12 or 8? So it's absolutely fine. But we don't fight over work ever. Or him superseding me in my department also. I sit down and explain to him, see Sanjay, this will happen.
So I think respecting boundaries is a very important thing in case both partners are working together. So ma'am, to sum this up, you have had a glorious career, and one that has had its share of achievements and accolades. How have you maintained your work-life balance throughout it? Because beyond being the producer, you're also a mother, a wife, a daughter-in-law, and these are the many roles every woman has to don. So how have you maintained that entire balance around you?
God has been very kind to me. I have 2 beautiful children. They are both achievers, high rankers. Both are student of the year in their last year of school, and they're very considerate, loving. I mean, we're a very bonded family. We're very family oriented, and both Sanjay and me are very alike in the things that we don't want things. God has put the right, even in the channels, let me thank them. I've got the right people around me who, and if I feel, oh my God, this happened, they say, don't worry, you do what you like, we are with you. I remember right now from ANTV, at any time my go-to person is the ANTV head called Vishnuji. And anytime I go, then sometimes I feel I shouldn't travel him and I should make him proud. But he's always saying, you always do the right thing. You go ahead, do what you like. So you need that even in Sony, anywhere that I've worked, whether it's Mr. Singh or whether it's Gaurav Banerjee, they're all people have to be supportive. Then I can support the people who are around me,
Absolutely.
So it's all been, God has put the right people, whether it's friends, whether it's family. I got into a mixed marriage. Yes. I'm a Parsi, he's a Sardar Punjabi, but my mother-in-law, both our families, they love each other. So I've had a very, nobody desires anything, ye de do, wo de do. So we've had a very good, when you have good people around you and your intentions are good, and God is with you.
On Women's Day, ma'am, what message do you want to give to each and every woman who's listening to you? What do you want to say to them?
I want to say to them that once you make a good atmosphere and a good family, everything will fall into place. If you have a good man around you, like I do, Sanjay, or a good family, then everything else falls into place. You can pick and choose also then. If you're strong, then you can say no to the things which are not right for you. Of course, I wish every woman could go out, strive. What is there that women don't have that men have? In fact, women have the power to procreate, men don't have. Women have the strength and the energy. That's why the woman has been given by God to produce a child, carry it for 9 months. And children are the biggest blessing in your life.
Absolutely.
Biggest.
Absolutely.
My everything is just to see the family and the kids, Good kids are a blessing in your life. What else do you need?
What else do we need? Absolutely. On that wonderful, wonderful note, I would like to thank you, ma'am, for being a part of this show. You are truly an example for all the women out there, and we wish you a very happy Women's Day. Thank you so much for being a part of the show.
Thank you to the Professional Times and Indian Media Council for having me on their show and making me go through a lovely journey of memories It was a wonderful experience. Thank you so much.